Hi everyone, it's Wit, and today one of the things on my plate is to start practicing linear equations in one variable. So I got these practice problems from somebody's Dropbox on Reddit, but these are the educator's question bank questions specifically about this topic, and I'm starting at level 1. I might do a couple of these before I graduate up to level 2, as long as I'm getting 100% mastery. Side note, these questions have intentionally omitted the questions that are on the active Blue Book practice test, so that when I see those questions for the first time, they're still a surprise. I want to save those. On my 25-day schedule, I am hoping to do those on Saturdays. Perfect. So I just want to record a video and show y'all what it looks like when I'm practicing these questions. After I'm done with this video, I'm going to look and make sure that I got all the answers, but I'm not looking at the answers yet. Wonderful. Question number 1. What value of p satisfies the equation 5p plus 180 equals 250? Now, this question I can do on my calculator very quickly. I'm sure you can do it on Desmos very quickly, but I guess I'm old-fashioned in the way that I'm just going to do it by hand real quick. We're isolating this variable by subtracting 180 from both sides. Going to calculator, 250 minus 180. 250 minus 180. 5p equals 70. Divide both sides by 5. P equals, I believe that's 14. I'll check to see if that question is correct later. Next question. The perimeter of an isosceles triangle is 83 inches. To each of the two congruent sides, you gotta know what that means. That means same length, has a length of 45 inches, was the length of the third side. So there's 24, 24, x. You know that perimeter is all of those added together. 24 times 2 plus x equals 83 inches total. So that's 48 plus x equals 83 minus 48 from both sides. We get 35 inches. Great. I'll check that later. Says there's another option. I'll go ahead and move that down. In the equation above was the value of x. Don't forget, you can separate variables or isolate variables through multiplication as well if you have a fraction bar. So 5 times 20, 4x equals 100. Divide both sides by 4. X equals 25. You can definitely do an equation solver on Desmos for that. What's equivalent? So I'm looking for the easiest thing. I notice that all of these have a similar term of 2. So 2x plus 3 equals 6. Go with D. 1 pound of grapes costs $2. At this rate, how many dollars will C pounds of grape cost? So a function, or the cost of the grapes, with the input variable being how many pounds you put in, C, would be $2 times each pound you do. And that's another way of saying that. It's multiplication. Side note, I may be able to talk about this later, but there's certain words in English that mean certain arithmetic signs. Of usually means multiplication. If each of my dogs eats 3 treats, and I have 2 dogs, how many treats were eaten? Were 8 total? Eaten total? Not sure. Let's see. I got distracted, but that should be 6, right? Multiplication. Principal uses a total addition of 25 flags that were either blue or yellow for field day. Principal used 20 blue flags. How many of the other ones were yellow? So 20 plus yellow equals 25 minus 20 from both sides. Y equals 5. Isolation of variables. Since that's multiplication, I need to undo multiplication through division. X equals 11. How many solutions exist? There should be one solution for every linear equation. Lines. I guess there's a couple of differences. I take it back. There can be 0 solutions, 1 solution, or infinite many solutions. Infinite many solutions would be a flat line right on the x-axis. That's where every single value of x gets you a y value of 0. Then you have a flat line that is not on the x-axis. There's 0 places that crosses the x-axis. And then for any other line that has a non-zero slope, there should be exactly one place where it crosses the x-axis. This particular one would, I don't have it off the top of my head, but it's definitely going to like slope up, positive slope. So therefore, it's going to cross the x-axis one place. CD has n number of CD. Kathy has n number of CDs. Jerry has 3 more than twice the number of CDs Kathy has in terms of, and how many CDs does Jerry have? Wonderful. This is words mean something, right? Jerry has an equal number to 3 more than what? 3 more is addition. Then twice the number that Kathy has. All right. And then due to the properties of algebra, addition is you can flip-flop it. So I believe the answer would be D. Gym charges 1 lifetime enrollment of $36. And that much per month. No changes. No other changes made. Fees, membership. How many months will... So, if the cost is equal to that, equal to how much we pay, right? We pay $36 plus $19 for every month. Wonderful. That's the setup of the equation. We're looking for what does n equal. Subtract 36 from both sides. 188 minus 36. 152 equals 19n. Divide both sides by 19. We should hit that value in 8 months. For what value of w does this equal? Okay. We're just solving for w. Distribute. Get variables, everything with a variable to one side, pick the right side because it has more w's on that side. So I'm subtracting w from both these sides. So negative 10 equals w plus 10. And then everything without a w, I'm going to put on the left side. Subtract 10, negative 20 equals w. If I had unlimited time, I would sit here and double check that. Negative 20 minus 10 equals 2 times negative 20 plus 5. That's negative 30 equals 2 times negative 15. Perfect. We were correct. couple ways to think about this, but let's just figure out what n equals. I think that's the easiest way of going about this. 2n divided by 5 equals 10, so 2n equals 50. Isolation variables. N equals 25. So what is 2n minus 1? Well, that's 2 times 25 minus 1. That's 50 minus 1. That's 49. Boom. Good. So what have we talked about? Isolation variables is pretty important. It's your job to get n by itself or x by itself. That's exactly what's happening here. It's asking us what's the value of x. All right. So gotta know how fractions work, right? So also, I can plug this straight into my solver function on my TI 8089. I'm not going to. At this rate, it's probably easier for me to do it by hand. This would be 3/6 x minus 1/6 x equals 1. That's 2/6 x equals 1. Flip, get to the other side, or isolation variables, so what I'm talking about. It's equal to 6 over 2 times 1. X is equal to 3. Let's isolate x, figure out what it equals, then plug it into here. Well, x is equal to 58. Cool. Isolation variables, plug it in there. 16 plus 8 times 58. We should get a fairly large number. 16 plus 8 times 58. I get 480. Isolation of variables. Let's figure out what that equals. I'm going to focus on where the equation or the equal signs are first. That's if you're looking for that's what I'm looking for. Like red flag. That's what I'm going at. Wonderful. Isolation of variables. So, well, let me write over here. Minus 2 from both sides. X equals 2. Now we get to plug that in. That is 9 times 2 plus 6. That's 18 plus 6. That should equal 24. There are 43 books. If he gives each child 2 books, he will have 7 books left over. How many kids are in the group? So, how many kids are in the group? So, if I give 2 books to each of the kids, multiplication, and I had 7 more, this should equal the total number of books, right? And we already know the total number of books is equal to 43. Isolation of variables, subtract 7 from both sides. Don't want to risk it. 36 equals 2n divided by 2. N equals, I believe that's 18. In the given equation, k is a constant. If the equation has infinitely many solutions, what's the value of k? That means we're going to end up with something that's exactly equal to the thing on the other side. And no matter what I plug in for x, it should always be the case. So I am going to cheat a little bit, and I just know what would be an infinite number of solutions if these two sides were exactly the same. Well, you can kind of just draw a line and be like, oh yeah, what if this constant is 5, this constant has to be 5. Cool. That's it. Infinite, remember, when 2 things are equal to each other, 2 lines, they either have one solution, infinite many solutions, or no solutions. Isolation of variables. X equals 4, so 15 times 4, that should equal 60. Hopefully, make sure my bubble isn't in the way. What is the solution to this. Cool. What is x equal to, right? What would x have to be for this to be true? We're going to make it true. We're going to assume it's true, and let's figure it out, right? Subtract 3 from both sides. 2x equals 4. X equals 2. Cool. That's the end of level 1 problems. I'm going to stop the video and hope that I had a 100% mastery.